Magic, a word that has always carried a strange duality, fascination and skepticism. To some, it belongs to ancient myths, to dusty books and tales of sorcerers and spells. But what if real magic has always been here, hidden in plain sight, woven into the words we speak every day, whispered through conversations, and carried in the frequencies of sound that shape the world around us? Every word is energy, and energy is the force that moves all things. To understand this is to enter the forgotten realm, a world where sound becomes vibration, vibration becomes form, and form becomes reality. In this subtle space, the word is not merely communication. It is creation itself. Language, then, is not a tool. It is the oldest form of magic known to humankind. Crystal Ball 1. The essence of magic, the power to influence reality. Since ancient times, sages and mystics have understood that everything in existence is energy in motion. They called it prana, chi, ether, different names for the same universal life force. The word magic comes from the Greek magikos, meaning the art of influencing events through hidden forces of nature. Hidden, not because they are supernatural, but because they are subtle, invisible to the untrained eye, yet profoundly real. Sound, for instance, is one of those invisible forces. We cannot see it, but it moves air, alters matter, stirs emotions. A melody can make someone cry. A scream can shatter glass. And a single word can break a heart or heal one. Now think about the words we say without thinking. Every time we say, "I can't," or "I'm worthless," or "nothing ever works for me," we are casting a vibrational spell, a command that the universe, in its infinite neutrality, will follow. And the opposite is also true. When we affirm, "I am capable," "I am deserving," or "everything is working in my favor," we activate the same power, only this time in the direction of creation and expansion. Magic, then, isn't about rituals or illusions. It's about awareness. It's about realizing that sound itself is energy, and that we, through language, are the magicians of our own realities. 2. Words are spells, the secret of spelling. In English, the word spell means both to write a word and to cast a charm. That's not a coincidence. The ancients knew to spell is literally to cast a spell. Each letter, each syllable, each vibration carries a specific frequency. When we speak, we are organizing energy. We are striking notes on an invisible instrument, and the instrument is reality itself. Imagine a room filled with anger, where hateful words are shouted and blame fills the air. You can feel the weight of it. Your body tightens. The energy feels heavy. Now imagine the same room filled with laughter, compassion, and gratitude. The air feels lighter, the heart opens, and the entire space transforms. That is the power of words. They don't just describe reality, they create it. They shape emotional fields, alter thought patterns, and even change physical environments. Mantras, prayers, sacred chants, they all come from the same principle. Sound, aligned with intention, opens gateways of consciousness. Tibetan monks chant syllables that vibrate through the energy centers of the body. Ancient Egyptian priests used sacred sounds to open portals to higher realms. And in the Bible, creation begins not with movement, but with a word. And God said, "Let there be light." In every tradition, the same truth emerges. The word is the beginning of creation. Alembic 3. Language is alchemy, the word that becomes form. Words are bridges between the unseen and the visible. They transform thought, the invisible, into sound the tangible. It is pure alchemy. Every word you speak carries a piece of your life force. When you speak with intention, you transfer energy, and the universe, like a perfect mirror, responds to the vibration you send. A Japanese researcher, Dr. Masaru Emoto, once demonstrated this beautifully. He exposed water crystals to different words and emotions. When the water was exposed to words like love or gratitude, it formed magnificent, symmetrical crystals, geometric expressions of harmony. But when shown words like hate or anger, the crystals became distorted and chaotic. Now remember, the human body is more than 70% water. So what happens inside us when we say harsh things to ourselves? What happens when we constantly repeat words of fear, doubt, or resentment? And what changes when we speak words of kindness, strength, and faith? We reshape the water within us. And as our internal world transforms, so too does the outer world. That is the true alchemy of language. 4. The dark side, language as manipulation. But every tool of light has its shadow. Fire can warm or burn, and the same is true for words. Throughout history, leaders and institutions have understood this power and have used language not to enlighten, but to control. They discovered a simple truth. Whoever controls the narrative controls perception, and whoever controls perception controls reality. Propaganda, slogans, political speeches, these are modern-day spells. They repeat certain ideas until those ideas are accepted as truth. They shape what people believe, what they fear, and what they obey. The real dark magician doesn't need a wand or a cloak. He only needs a well-crafted sentence. But here's the secret. The moment you become aware of how words shape you, the spell begins to break. Consciousness is the ultimate protection against manipulation. 5. How to protect yourself, the art of conscious speech. The first step toward mastery is awareness. Listen to your own words. Pay attention to the phrases you repeat, to the tone you use. Ask yourself, do these words expand me or do they limit me? The second step is silence. Not every thought deserves a voice. Silence is not emptiness. It is the womb of power. It's the sacred pause that allows energy to realign before it manifests. And the third step is intention. When you speak, do so with presence, truth, and kindness. A word spoken consciously builds a field of light around you. It not only protects, it elevates. Lao Tzu once said, "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." The true magician speaks rarely, but when he does, his words plant seeds that bloom in the hearts of others. 6. To master language is to master reality. Language is the key to manifestation. Everything that exists was once an idea, then a word, and only then a thing. When you change your words, you change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change your vibration. And when you change your vibration, you change your destiny. Every spiritual text points to this truth. For Hindus, the sound Om contains all of creation. For Christians, in the beginning was the Word. For the Egyptians, the god Thoth spoke the world into being. All paths converge into one idea. Reality itself is linguistic. It responds to the frequency of your voice and the purity of your intention. Even modern physics whispers the same secret, that the observer shapes what is observed. To name something is the first step in creating it. 7. The path of light, using words as healing energy. The highest form of magic is not control, it is healing. A true magician of light uses words to awaken, to comfort, to inspire. Simple phrases can shift entire realities. I believe in you. I forgive you. I love you. Each of these is a spell, a bright one. They don't need ritual. They need presence. They need heart. When you speak from truth and compassion, your words stop being mere sounds. They become living energy. They ripple outward, altering the atmosphere, healing wounds you may never see. You don't need sacred books or hidden symbols. You only need awareness and love. When these two unite, your words become miracles. When we finally understand the power of language, we realize that magic was never something external. It was always within us. In every thought, every phrase, every vibration we release into the world. Each word is a seed, each sentence a spell, and each voice a universe creating itself. So speak with purpose. Speak with love. Speak as though every syllable carries the weight of creation, because it does. The universe is always listening. It mirrors back to you everything you send out, magnified. True magic is not about mastering forces outside of you. It's about mastering the ones within. It's about transforming the word into light and using that light to shape your reality. Because in the end, the word creates the world, and the one who masters the word masters life itself. May your words be spells of light. May your voice be an echo of truth, and may every sound you speak awaken the power that has always lived within you. If these words resonated with your heart, take a deep breath and remember the power that lives in your voice. You are the magician, the creator, the vibration that shapes your world. Subscribe to the Healing Vibe, where sound, spirit, and consciousness meet. Let's awaken the power of words together. Headphone the Healing Vibe, speak light. Create reality.